as Trinidad police continue investigations into an alleged plot to disrupt Carnival, and in sport, West Indies to play their first T20 International in Houston later this year. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, February 12th. I'll be back with the details in just a moment.
The Central Highlands of Barbados lies one of nature's wonders. The final product of one of this island's most risky engineering projects, performed successfully by brave men. On completion, they unveiled the eighth wonder of the modern world. Art out of nature, Harrison's Cave, Barbados.
Join Caribbean Passport as we touch down for Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival with fantastic costumes, soca music, and a few iconic characters all in the mix. We also look ahead at what's happening in sunny Barbados. All this and more coming up next on this station.
We begin in Trinidad and Tobago, where National Security Minister Edmund Dillon is assuring all that Carnival Monday and Tuesday will be safe as police arrest an eighth person in connection with a plot to disrupt the celebrations. Yesterday, at another one of several media briefings on the matter, Dillon says law enforcement officials were fully mobilized to protect citizens and visitors to the Twin Island Republic. Acting Police Commissioner Stephen Williams also disclosed that more progress had been made since lawmen announced last Thursday that 4 people were arrested in connection with what he described as a threat to unusual criminal acts of various forms, including violence.
I wish to advise that 8 persons have been detained to date. We continue, though, with our investigations, all with the clear intention of completing those investigations within the shortest period of time. That we have done all that we can do at this point in time to avert any threat to the Carnival celebration, so persons can feel assured that Carnival 2018, you would have all the necessary safety and security support of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
The identities of the detained persons have still not been disclosed, and in response to questions about reports that officers from the United States Federal Bureau of Investigations were interrogating the suspects, Williams insisted that was not the case. Minister Dillon added that local law enforcement is taking the lead, although he shield away from disclosing the nature of the intelligence that led to the arrests.
Intelligence is a very precise and very guarded piece of information. So I will not disclose where the source of information is as far as intelligence is concerned. It will, of course, will not lead to the kind of operations or the continuing support that we require. So that I can say to you that this operation is a Trinidad and Tobago Police Service-led operation. And we also, when utilizing intelligence gathered within our own intelligence community, to lead that operation.
2 earthquakes rattled Trinidad and Tobago last night, just hours apart. The Seismic Research Center of the University of the West Indies reported that the first quake, which had a magnitude of 4.6, occurred at 7:35 p.m., about 91 kilometers southwest of the capital, Port of Spain, 81 kilometers west of San Fernando, and 112 kilometers southwest of Arima. The second quake was felt less than 3 hours later. It had a magnitude of 4.4 and was located 72 kilometers north of the Tobago capital, Scarborough, 146 kilometers northeast of Arima, and 118 kilometers east-southeast of St. George's, Grenada. There were no reports of injuries or destruction as a result of either tremor. Over in Jamaica, the parish of St. James, which is under a state of public emergency, is seeing a dramatic decrease in murders. The latest police statistics show a 50% reduction in the number of killings between January 1st and February 10th in the Western Parish, which had the highest number of murders in 2017. 12 murders were recorded in St. James compared to 24 for the same period last year. But while the number of murders in St. James has dropped significantly, all other parishes and areas of focus have seen increases, especially in Trelawney, where killings have gone up 400%. The latest figures from police show that Trelawney, which neighbors St. James, recorded 5 murders for the review period, compared to just 1 in the corresponding period last year. The other communities under observation are Kingston Easton, St. Andrew South, and St. Thomas. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. West Indies will later this year play a 2020 International in the American city of Houston for the first time as part of a Tri-Nations series involving Pakistan and Bangladesh. An unnamed senior Pakistan Cricket Board official told the Indian Express newspaper that the series, scheduled for August, had been finalized following discussions between PCB chairman Najam Sethi and Cricket West Indies president Dave Cameron on the sidelines of the recent International Cricket Council meeting in Dubai. The series will also see matches also played in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It is a reciprocal tour to follow on from the highly anticipated 3-match tour carded for March-April, when Pakistan is expected to host the Caribbean side. Last year, the PCB had announced a 5-year agreement that would have seen the Windies tour Pakistan annually for a 3-match T20 series, with Pakistan contesting reciprocal series in the U.S. involving the Caribbean unit. But the PCB said this year they were forced to scrap the agreement because it would not have been financially viable. They're hoping to have international tours of Pakistan resume following an 8-year break after the Sri Lanka team bus was attacked by militants on the way to the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore back in 2009. To the regional Super 50 now, last man Obed McCoy smashed 6 off the last ball of the match as Windward Islands Volcano snatched a dramatic 1-wicket win over combined campuses and colleges Marooners in a low-scoring encounter yesterday, chasing a hardly intimidated 173 for victory in the Group A fixture of the regional Super 50. Volcanoes tumbled from 105 for 2 in the 29th over to 153 for 9 at the end of the 46th over after losing 7 wickets for just 48 runs. Number 10, Larry Edward, who finished on 21 not out, and McCoy, unbeaten on 14, produced a valiant unbroken last wicket stand of 24 to push the contest into the last over. Earlier, Marooners needed Mohan's top score of 36 and Kieran Kotoi's 21 to get up to the eventual 172 all-out of 50 overs. Left-arm spinner Kaveem Hodge and veteran off-spinner Shane Shillingford ripped apart the innings, taking 3 wickets each. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.